So, lads, this is Candace Parker, one of the greatest players of all time, probably top somewhere between 10 and 5 all time in the WNBA. Three-time champion, two-time MVP. Although, again, one of them on dubious circumstances, considering the fact that she won it via a fan vote. Um, but at the end of the day, Candace Parker is still one of the greats. And I've always said this about Candace Parker is like, Candace Parker can say dumb shit, but but it's always basketball related. As in, she can say something really dumb about any player at any given time, but that happens when people give basketball opinions. People can say dumb stuff, and at the end of the day, you don't question the reasons for that. It's very, very different than Cheryl Swoops. Like, if Candace Parker is criticizing a player, it's criticizing a player. Or if ranking a player in a certain way, it's ranking a player in a certain way. Like, I had Arike Gumbawale in bench player tier. Like, that is, like, it is what it is. Like, people are allowed to have basketball takes, even if they're a bit out there. Even if they're a bit out there, people are allowed to have basketball takes. Um, but at the end of the day, the problem is Candace Parker is she's very much been talking about how the WNBA needs to stop being coddled, and, you know, you're allowed to criticize players as long as you keep it basketball, as long as you're talking about the sport. You should be allowed to criticize players. It shouldn't all be positive. And yeah, people aren't happy because Candace Parker is not proclaiming Angel Reese to be the best player in the world. And by the way, Angel Reese was, I thought she was good to an extent last night. I thought she was aggressive. I thought she hit her free throws. She was aggressive and she hit her free throws. I was like, she didn't finish well, and she didn't rebound particularly well in the defensive end. Like, she gave up 4 offensive boards in the fourth quarter, to just like basically on her. But I did think throughout the game she stayed aggressive, and when she's staying aggressive, the team's going to be better, and she does drag the team. I thought she was good last night. I didn't think she was as good as her stat line suggested. Like, 6 of 15 from the field isn't ideal, but at the end of the day, thought she played all right. I thought she played all right. Like, she played like the 15th best player in the WNBA. And that's kind of where she is, somewhere between 20 and 15. And that's fine. That's fine. And Candace Parker, I think, ranked her in a tier, albeit Cameron Brink was in that tier. And I think that was just speculation on Cameron Brink. People were like, she said she was worse than Cameron Brink. No, she didn't. She put them in the same tier. And it's all speculation on Cameron Brink. I thought Cameron Brink looked real good last night. I thought Cam Brink looked really, really good. Limited minutes, but like, not this year. I don't think she's going to be good, but next year we're going to be having that conversation. Like, she could be the ultimate version of what like an Alana Smith is in the WNBA. But yeah, like, it is what it is with that take. Like, I don't think it's a crazy take to rank Cameron Brink as a player on the same tier. And like, Candace Parker, by the way, put Caitlin Clark in a tier low, like as like the 7th best player in the WNBA. Like, I don't think that, and it's not based on this season. I don't think that's a crazy take either. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's a crazy take. I think she put Caitlin Clark in the same tier as like Kelsey Plum, and I think she put her in the same tier as like Kelsey Plum and Sabrina, and then put Stewie a tier above. And I think Stewie at this stage is might be the most overrated player in the W. But it doesn't really matter what I think. At the end of the day, these are basketball discussions. However, Angel Reese, clout is one hell of a drug. Like, it really gets to a point. And by the way, this is because a tiny clip of Candace Parker's podcast is this.
No way, shape, or form am a hater. What player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
There's a good chance that she listed the player she actually listed above Angel Reese, which is like Kelsey Plum, which is like Kelsey Plum, Paige, or she put Arike. You know what, Arike. She actually put Arike above Angel Reese, and that is the one thing I will go to my grave saying. Angel Reese is a better basketball player than Arike Gumbawale. 1,000,000% more effective basketball player. No question about that. No question about that. That is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's a basketball take. And Angel Reese is there saying Clout is one hell of a drug. Clout is one hell of a drug. But at the end of the day, it's like it gets to a point. Angel Reese, literally, I'm not joking. Her first episode of her podcast was talking about Caitlin Clark. Her second episode was, I don't actually know if it was her second episode or her third episode, but after first episode, she posted that Cheryl Swoops was coming on as a guest while Cheryl Swoops was mid beef with Caitlin Clark. Was mid beef with Caitlin. If we remember the whole Cheryl Swoops beef with Nancy Lieberman and Stephen A. Smith, while Swoops was mid beef with Caitlin, Swoops was coming on as a guest. And then you've even got like Shaq coming out there and saying, oh yeah, we're going to launch your shoe when you're playing Caitlin Clark. Turns out Caitlin Clark got injured, so you're going to launch it at All-Star break. But at the end of the day, like, took over your trap. Came to your trap, took over your trap, all this stuff. Angel Reese has, her PR team has tied every bit of her career to Caitlin Clark, a player who she is not as good as. A player who she is not as good as. Because I mean this when I say this, there's no actual rivalry between them. Angel Reese ran around chasing Caitlin Clark like that. Caitlin Clark the next day went on TV and said, stop hating Angel. That Angel doesn't deserve any hate. And then they spent a year saying Caitlin Clark needs to apologize for Angel Reese. And then Caitlin Clark did the most unforgivable thing and dropped 41 points on Angel Reese's team's head and beat them. And then proceeded to have her team have a 6-1 record versus Angel Reese's team. And then had dropped a triple-double on her while a fan started yodeling. And they then demanded she apologize for the racist fan base, which was one person yodeling. So yeah, no, you don't get to just say, oh, it really gets to a point. She literally, and I mean this when I say this, all Candace Parker said was that she is in, like, the way, like, it was literally a tier list of, like, the best 30 players in the WNBA, is that she is in the lower end of the best 30. And I don't agree. I think she's closer to the middle of the best 30. But at the end of the day, Angel Reese is one tier lower than she probably should have been on a tier list. I don't know if I don't know what the what the big deal about this is. And, like, of course it was going to be mentioned. I'm sorry. Just like once Angel Reese starts a podcast, no offense, she kind of has to mention Caitlin Clark. She kind of has to. She has to. Like, if you are doing a podcast about you, you are talking about the most relevant things about you. Just like Pandemic P or Podcast P started talking about the just like he was talking about, like, nonsense on his podcast about the Sixers and, like, some of the stuff, the secret meeting that the Sixers had and all this stuff. It's like, we kind of have to. So I don't blame Angel Reese for doing that. I actually don't blame Angel Reese for, attaching herself to Caitlin Clark, because let's be real. Like, she is the second biggest star in the WNBA. And people only watch her when she's playing Caitlin Clark. It's true. Like, the Sky played the Mystics, all these rookies. The Sky have played games on national TV against the Liberty at like 600,000 viewers. She plays Caitlin Clark, is 2.5 million. Caitlin Clark plays golf and there's 2 million viewers. Like, people only watch her to play Caitlin. So I think the people around her are smart enough to know that. And then she's there clapping back on Twitter. Like, imagine if Cheryl Swoops, imagine if Caitlin Clark said something about Cheryl Swoops. Do you want to know what Caitlin Clark did about Cheryl Swoops? Listed Cheryl Swoops in all the players that paved the way, while Cheryl Swoops just lied about her. And not only that, let's not forget Caitlin Clark has broken Cheryl Swoops' career high. But anyway, that is the video. I got to run home now, so I got a lot of videos planned. I got to talk about what the hell happened on the court. And not only that, like, if you guys didn't see in the Sparks game, the mascot got knocked the fuck out. Like, what the hell's going on in the WNBA? Like, I'm not going to show some of the clips other than the mascot one, which is, like, kind of crazy. But, like, I might get demonetized for what happened in the Atlanta Dream game. Like, what happened to Copper, it was kind of crazy too. Like, this has literally just been a week of lowlights. And let's not forget, like, the layup montage of Angel Reese last night. I actually thought she had a good game, but like, Jesus Christ, her on the layups. She was hitting the bottom of the backboard. She me-bounded while on the ground. She fell down while shooting a shot, threw it off the bottom of the rim, and it landed in her hands on the ground. In fairness, she did get an assist off, which is kind of funny. But like, mad all day. Mad all day.